So I just finished reading The Joys of Motherhood, and this is the kind of book that after reading, there's something in you like internal screaming. The number of times I screamed internally while reading this book is uncountable. And this is the second classic I'm reading. The first classic I read this year was Things Fall Apart, and then this is the second like book that was written foundationally from the ancient times. And as I read this book, I had this realization that I am actually very, very happy. Like, I feel very, very grateful that I was born in this time and age. Because the things that you'll be reading and it's sounding to the writer, like the writer is trying to make you understand that these are normal things, that these are things that happened and they were passed off as normal. And you'll be like, you will feel this eating sensation on your skin. You're like, what are these people even saying? Like, I cannot imagine it. Like, it's very, very unimaginable. Let's even talk about opportunity, like the things that they did for work. The fact that it was predominant, it was like what they did mainly for work was farming. I'm just imagining what people like us, people like me, that really did not have strength for farming, what they were doing. Like, hunger is going to finish people like us that if we were born then. Not in this our age and time whereby somebody can be a book reviewer and be earning from it. Someone can decide like now we do a lot of non-contemporary things as work and people actually earn from it. But then survival was just based off on how much you can sweat under the sun, how much you can build huts, how much muscles do you have as a man. Like there was this toxic toxic masculinity that was actually being appreciated then. I can remember in Things Fall Apart, Okonkwo. I think one of the things that drove Okonkwo to his death was the fact that he lived this constant he needed this constant validation. He wanted to prove to everybody and to himself that he was not a woman in quotes because then it was as if the word woman was I think it was a curse. I don't know, but because even sometime this month or last month, I was going to scroll through Twitter and I saw where a lady was berating a man. Something was happening on the timeline and it seems somebody did something that was not like applauded and instead of the person to directly like berate whoever he was berating, he was like, why are you acting like a woman? And the woman like actually quoted that tweet to say, if you have something against this guy, you can just directly say it to the person. Acting like a woman is not an insult. Like the word woman is not an insult. Why should you say a man is acting like a woman because of he did something that you don't like or it's not acceptable? So directly berate him and not attributing it to being a woman. And I love that because I feel like our time and age, there are a lot of things that we do not appreciate or ignore. Like we take it up. And women are actually like standing out in that aspect. We're living in a time where a woman can even say that, okay, I don't want you to touch me or look at me in this way. In this book, Nweg who or whatever, yeah, Nweg who married is it marriage? Well, I say that's not marriage. She was given to marriage, yes. Her father was sat down in his hut and did timbom and then gave her out, just chose somebody, gave her out in marriage. And when she met the man for the first time, according to how the writer presented it, she didn't like the man, his physique, everything was not like her spec. She didn't like the man, and but she had no choice. But now women actually have choices to their body, choices to the kind of man they want, the kind of life they want to live. It was not like the same then. I was also scrolling through Twitter the other day, Twitter X, and then I saw where I know there was okay. She said she got a content writing gig, a content gig, and they were trying preparing like setting up their their microphone and cameras, and somebody was to help her like to attach her microphone on her body on her clothes. But lady was like, "Can I touch you?" Like a fellow lady was asking a fellow lady, "Can I touch you?" Before she could affix the mic on her body, and I was like, "Wow, I love being born in this generation because the things that you read in these ancient books, I'd be like, no, because even when it comes to their sexual life as married people, it was as if sex was something that was done to them. Like that's why you see a woman giving birth to 9 children. It's not like she willingly or they planned to have 9 children. It's just the fact that they didn't have a choice. Like sex was done on them. It's just like like I don't know if I'm going to explain it, but it's a lot. Even the fact of education in this book, when this the main character, when her girls were asking like if they will not go to school, her joy when she gave birth to those girls was was that the bride price that will be paid on her girls will be used to further the boys' education. So when she gave birth to the girls, she was like disappointed, but she was like her relief was that okay, at least the girls will be used for their bride price will be used to pay for the boys' school fees. And I was like, that's a woman, not like a man. A woman was saying that to her own girl children. Like she gave birth to girls, and this was her resolution because she was disappointed that they were not boys. Like even the women even the women felt like they deserved the place the society kept them. So they were groomed to just be used for um, children making. And I think they appreciated it. That there was no rejection there. They didn't throw tantrums. They just liked their fate. Even even the polygamy that is being depicted is strange. Imagine marrying like many wives, and let's even forget the fact that you're marrying many wives. The fact that you marry this one and after some time you get tired of that one, like you feel like that one is now old because you have finished in quotes using her. You now keep her in one hut and then you marry a new one, that one is brand new, and then you finish using her and you keep her in one hut. Like the women were even praying for their husbands to remember to come to their hut because when you're the senior wife and then they keep marrying, bringing new wives, you're like kind of dejected and forgotten. So these wives actually prayed for their husband to remember that okay, I am still existing in this compound, so they can come to them, come to their hut. And the fact that I think that they were obsessed with virginity in the olden days, in that any small thing, any small crime committed, any small thing, they'll say bring a virgin. And it now seems like the virgin was attributed to females. Like I don't know how their brain was working then that virginity was attributed or linked to being a female because any small sacrifice virgin. And when you be okay, we think okay, is it a virgin boy or a virgin girl? And lo and behold, it's always a virgin girl. Like I don't know, like a lot of things was just wrong. Like I don't even know how to think about it. A lot of things, and I appreciate that I was born in this generation because ha someone like me with my I don't know how I cannot survive in I could not have survived in that generation. Oh God. I have a lot of things I read in Joys of Motherhood that made me scream internally. And I can't even unpack the foolishness of the main character, the things that transpired, the customs and traditions of then womanhood. Oh nah. I'm very happy that I was born in this generation and this time. Like women had choices. You had a choice to say, okay, I want to give birth to only two, I want to give birth to only three or one. Or even if you're not able to give birth, they didn't tie the society does not really like tie your relevance. I know that there are still some subtle let's say philosophy around childbirth and womanhood, but it's not as loud as it was then. Even if a woman is not able to give birth in this time, there are still a lot of things that she can do with her life, career, self fulfillment. But then, oh no, it was it was their I think they were more burdened, a lot of burden, the burden of being a mother, a good mother, bride price. Oh, I even forgot to say that if you were a virgin and yeah, your bride price is higher, and then the day after, like you have gone to your husband's house and he has tested and he affirmed that you are a virgin, the people, your in-laws, come back with 12 kegs of palm wine. I was like, wow. A lot of things that I read in this book, I was like, oh, nice. God. Like, I really like to reread these classics again. I really like to because it reveals things that happened, and I'll be like, no, I can't. This cannot be true.